Hi everyone, you are about to see the first of our Disney vlogs.
Why are you so tall?
Why are you so short? I'm a normal height.
We had a lot of fun in Disney, and we are so excited for you to see everything that we did along the way.
Today, we're also really excited to announce that we have made a long-term deal with HelloFresh.
Put it on top of my head. We are really happy about this sponsorship because it's going to allow us to make more and better content for you throughout the whole rest of the year.
So once a month, before our regular vlogs, you'll see a short example of why HelloFresh is so helpful for us.
You guys have said that you love watching us cook, especially with me as head chef, and so get ready for lots more cooking throughout the rest of the year.
Today's meal, amazing apricot chicken.
Apricot.
No. With fingerling potatoes and green beans.
Okay, I'll be on knife duty. HelloFresh is now from $6.99 per serving. Green beans, boom. Chicken stock concentrate, boom. 1 shallot, boom. What is a shallot? Potatoes, boom. Thyme, boom. Balsamic vinegar, boom. Chicken breast, boom. Apricot jam, boom.
Apricot. Get seasonal, simple recipes and pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your door every week. This was so helpful for us when we came home from Florida and we already had food in the house. Spend less time meal planning and grocery shopping so you have more time for doing what you love.
Like sniffing potatoes.
Or making videos. There are 3 plans to choose from: classic, veggie, and family, and you can switch whenever your tastes change.
I would like to point out that we are making this for breakfast.
Now we put in the apricot.
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 Apricot. Boom! That looks so professional.
It does. I'm excited. Get started with 8 free meals. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and enter Squirmy and Grubs 80.
Alright, now time for some Disney vlogging. Well, Universal first.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Apricot.
Apricot. We're doing our first activity. It's a special effects tour, like a walking tour.
We were not able to film in the special effects show because the whole point of it is that you're in like complete darkness and it's spooky and they don't want phones lighting up the area.
Yeah, it was really dark and loud and there were flames.
Yeah, it was all accessible, but like it was challenging because there are tons of people all around you in your group.
Yeah.
And it's pitch black. Like cannot see.
But you're not moving when it's pitch black.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit.
But it's
you're
dark.
Squished.
Yeah.
But they did a good job about like making sure Shane was in the front so he could see.
Yeah. And overall it was a fun, or it's not really a ride, but
yeah,
it was a fun experience.
It was cute.
Yeah. Immediately after that we went to Harry Potter World, which was the part of Universal that we were most excited about.
Yeah. So we started in Hogsmeade because we were in Islands of Adventure. There's like 2 Universal parks. One is Islands of Adventure, one is Universal Studios. And
They
Harry
both
Potter
have Harry,
World,
yeah.
they're split between the 2. So we were in Hogsmeade first. Ollivanders is back there. Aren't you gonna get your wand?
I already have a wand.
What?
I already got my own wand.
The main Harry Potter ride is inside the castle. and it's very violent and terrifying. I've done it a bunch of times. It makes you really nauseous. Shane cannot do that. His neck would like legitimately break on that ride.
It would fall off.
Yeah, but they let us go through the line and not ride the ride so that he could see the castle, because like the line through the castle is a huge part of the experience.
And that was really fun for me. Just like feeling like I was inside of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
After, being a fan of it for all these years.
And the paintings move, and like the characters are there. It's really cool.
The attention to detail is awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of a bummer that I can't ride the ride at the end of it, but it was nice that they, let me go through the line.
And we didn't ride, like my mom and I didn't ride the ride either at this one because it really does make me motion sick. And I had done it, and it was like Shane would have had to wait for us, so we just decided to not do that one.
Yeah.
We're walking through Hogwarts now.
All right.
Some dragons, just
Dreadful thing to say, Salazar.
A few muggles might be just what the Slytherin team needs, judging from their most recent efforts.
Meet Hermione in the room of requirement.
See? That wasn't so bad, was it, Ron?
Who are you people? Am I supposed to let you all in?
One of the only rides that we found to be accessible in Universal was the train that takes you from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley.
The people that were working at the train were really helpful. The line isn't accessible, so we went through like the back up an elevator. Yeah, so we were like at the front of the line. We didn't have to wait. And then there's a compartment, like one per train, I guess.
I think so.
Maybe more than one per train, actually. I have no idea.
It's like made for a wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's just like all the other compartments, but there's a bigger door.
Yeah, the back like swings out, so you have lots of room to.
So I could drive right onto the train, and it was a good ride and a fun experience.
Yeah, it was really easy. We're taking the Hogwarts Express now.
Yes.
What? How about this one?
It's occupied, Harry.
looks like a bunch of first years.
Let's keep looking.
I did.
No.
Nope, not yet.
There we go.
All right, now you're ready to go. You gotta go that way a little bit.
The train takes you between Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. So that's between the two parks, and you have to have a park hopper pass, like a 2-park 1-day pass to ride that ride. So we had to get that because that was the only ride that Shane could do. And if you don't buy that extra ticket, you can't do that ride.
Yeah.
So when you get out on the other side, it's as if you're in London. And so Universal Studios has like a bunch of cities and like towns that it's a set for. Yeah, like San Francisco, like all of these places are there. So this is London. And then there's like a brick wall and you go through that and it's Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
So it's just like the Harry Potter books.
Wow. Oops, my finger was in it. Sorry, everyone.
Oh.
This is supposed to be San Francisco. What are you getting?
Yeah, Aladdin.
He's getting French onion soup. I don't know what his problem is. Bathroom break.
Very accessible bathroom. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. Big changing table.
I need a shade.
We're waiting for the animal actors show to start. It's loud. You do have to shave.
honestly, I think my favorite part of our day in Universal was the animal actors show, where they show you all of the tricks that their animals do for like movies and stuff.
It was so cool.
It was
They
really
had
cool.
so many animals.
And in a wheelchair, you sit right down in the front row. Great view.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And now I want a pet otter.
I know. They literally had a skunk. I want a skunk. I want a skunk. My mom and I are riding ET, and Shane is waiting in the child swap area. So we have to go there after.
Comfy.
Oh. Universal has something called an attraction assistance pass. So basically you can get that at the front when you arrive at like guest services. And then when you go up to a ride, you talk to the person and they write down a time for you to come back. So if the wait time for everybody else is like 35 minutes, they'll tell you to come back in 35 minutes. And at that time you can just go in like the fast pass lane to the front. So it just means that you don't have to stand in line.
So even though I wasn't able to ride the rides, this pass was helpful for us because if Hannah and her mom wanted to ride something, we could get a time and then just walk around and enjoy ourselves while we wait for their chance to ride.
Rather than you waiting for an hour and a half
for a ride
alone.
For a ride that I can't even do.
Yeah.
So it did work in our favor.
Yeah. So we had left Diagon Alley before to walk around the park because we had gotten a time for my mom and I to ride the Gringotts bank ride.
So we saw a bunch of other stuff, and then we headed back to Diagon Alley for the Gringotts ride, which is a word that I cannot say. Gringotts.
This is Butterbeer. I like the sweet foam on top. I actually wish that the bottom part was a little bit sweeter. I'm disgusting like that.
This is regular beer. I love the fact that it's beer and the flavor of the beer.
And you walked through the bank. You saw it.
Yeah, the inside of the bank again was a cool sight to see. And I'd already had my Harry Potter beer, so I was feeling good. Yeah, it was a good experience.
That was when we got kind of separated, though.
Yeah.
So this is what happened from my perspective. This was horrifying. My mom and I were in the fast pass lane. We're waiting for a time on the ride. It still took like 20 minutes. The fast pass line was not that short for this ride.
This is after we all walked through.
Yeah, so we walked through, and then Shane had to go in like the child swap room to wait for us. And we had to keep going for like 10 more minutes maybe. So we get to the end, and we're getting on the ride, and a woman comes over who works there and goes, "You can't take your purse on." And my mom was like, there was zero signs that said that we could not take this tiny little bag on. Like, can we just like put it around my leg? Like, we just need to get on this ride. And she was like, no, you need to put it in a locker. It's at the beginning. And we were like, well, we cannot go back to the beginning because like someone is waiting for us. Like, we can't do this. And she was like, well, you can't ride the ride. So we left, like we had to go out this exit. And then this other worker was there and like saw us being upset and was like, can I help? And we were like, well, I was like, my boyfriend is waiting for us in the child swap room. He's waiting for us. He's not going to know why we haven't been back. Like, we can't go through this line again. So she was like, oh, instead of going to the normal lockers, come with me, just give him the purse in the child swap room. And we were like, amazing idea. Thank you. So we go to the child swap room with this employee and we go in and Shane is not in there. I was horrified.
I was never sent to the child swap area. At the part of the walkthrough of the bank where I had to be separated from Hannah and Liz, some guy just opened the door and was like, all right, get on that hall, and that'll be by the exit. So he sent me to the exit of the ride, where presumably they would come out and find me. I was supposed to be in the child area. I was not taken there. I had no idea, though.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know
You thought it was fine.
Yeah.
We just expected you to go to the child's locker room.
Yeah, I was like, oh, the exit will be fine. They'll see me on their way out. I'm waiting there for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'm just like, where are they?
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me that all this locker stuff is going on.
So the woman, there were lockers there for medical use, and she was like, just use these. Like, you don't want to go back to the front of the line. It'll take forever. So we put the stuff in these, like, medical lockers, my mom's purse, and she takes us back to the line, but we're, like, 10 minutes back in the line now. Like, we had to go in at a terrible spot. So we're waiting in line, and I'm, the entire time, like, where is Shane? Like, he is lost. Like, he is not here. He's not where he's supposed to be, and... Like, it didn't ruin the ride for me. Like, once I got on, I was like, this is pretty cool. But the entire time I was waiting, I was so nervous, and I couldn't text him because he had his hand up and can't reach his phone.
When I have my hand up on my joystick to drive, I can't access my phone. So, unless I, like, stopped the worker and was like, hey, can you take my hand down, move my controller, hand me my phone, but then
wait
because I need to put my hand back up. I had no way of, like, communicating. So I'm just waiting in the hallway, like, should I talk to an employee and be like, I think I'm a lost child? Or what?
I think my party's not coming back for me.
So like a half hour later, they finally come out of the exit, and they're like, where are you?
Yeah.
I don't really realize what had happened. But...
Yeah. Oof. After my mom and I rode that ride, we took the train back to Hogsmeade. The train ride is different in both directions, so we wanted to see both ways.
Yeah.
We're taking the train on the way back now.
It's getting dark out there.
Let's find a compartment. Are you alright, Harry?
So that was our day in Universal. Overall, it was fun. I would give the accessibility a C+.
Yeah.
The park does, like, attempt to provide access where it can, but there just aren't very many rides that you can do if you're my level of disability.
So there are some rides there that you can do if you transfer into their manual wheelchair. There's, I don't know how many there are because it didn't help us.
I can't do
Maybe
that.
3 that, like, were able to do that.
Yeah.
And I think if you could transfer into that chair, you would have a more full experience
Or
than Shane
transfer
did.
into a ride. Like,
Yeah, or transfer into a ride vehicle. We didn't do that there, though, so I don't know, like, what that process is.
Yeah.
We did transfer into ride vehicles at Disney, but these rides are all pretty, like, violent. Like, they're much more, like, action-oriented than at Disney, so...
So, yeah, overall, it was a fun day. The world, like, building, like, the attention to detail in the park is interesting.
Yeah.
So even though I wasn't riding rides, it was cool to, like, see all the Harry Potter stuff, all the cities, and just, like, take in the environment.
Yeah.
We were also recognized,
Oh, yeah.
like, 17 times that day.
Yeah, it was fun.
Which was the first time, really, ever that we experienced that.
Yeah.
So that was cool. It was also, like, cold, though.
It was cold that day,
And
yeah.
rainy. Universal was definitely my least favorite day of the whole trip.
Coming up in our next episodes, we will go to Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and then an island in the west of Florida called Marco Island.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.